program. I'd like to thank Sabran Ricky. Thank you so much for your contacts, for your uh, guidance. I've been calling you and you've been helping me so much. Plus, you link me with Prime Water. It's so much great. And Gearbox is the only company that manufactures circuits in Kenya. Then, IT, which comprises of Kithia, Extractis Brother, and Strathmore. They are helping me in the business development, and currently we are in the progress of incorporating my business. CBIT is an intellectual property center where I'm currently patenting my idea. Oil and energy services together with Oilfield Movers Mungenyaga are helping me with the business modeling. They have taught me through the business modeling canvas, and I'm so grateful to them. Oraro and company advocates are the one who are responsible for the legal aspect of the project. And finally, finally, we have Kenyatta University SP student chapter together with KU as a whole. And this is a team of young innovators and students who are really sharing success with them because they are constantly motivating us and motivating me. And we are, in fact, most of them joined my team already. So we are already a team of students, and I'm so grateful for SPKUSD. As I said before, I'm still open for partnerships. This is not the end. So anyone who is here who is willing to partner with me in terms of information, testing sites, you're so much welcome. Please feel free to contact me, and thank you so much.
I think this young man deserves another round of applause. This is amazing. Absolutely fantastic. The fact that such young minds can really work hard and develop with the support of our partners is truly an amazing feat. Again, to the partners we say thank you, and to Elijah and Elena Kazi. Right. Again, keeping with the theme of this event, which is youth entrepreneurship, we really must hear from you themselves. To introduce Ms. Hayat Sharif, the president of the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Kenyatta University Student Chapter, to give us a brief of how is it in the industry as a young lady and as a youth. Karibu.
Thank you so much. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So for those of you who have been to KU or to any SPE events, you know how when as an SPE member comes on stage, how it starts, yeah? For the SPE members behind you know the drill. When they say SPE, you respond oil and gas, yeah? So SPE,
oil and gas.
SPE,
Oil and gas.
Thank you, that's much more like it. So I was not prepared for a speech to say how as a young lady in the industry, not just in the industry, I'm still a student, but so far it's been amazing. Yeah, I have interned in a couple of places. I'm currently interning at Sabo Oilfield Services, and the experience has been quite amazing. Yeah. So there's just 3 points I want to put across, and mostly to the innovators in the room. Yeah. It's about innovation. And innovation is all about making meaning as opposed to making money. You know? So if your sole desire was to make money, you will not make meaning, you will not change the world, and eventually it will fail. So think of all revolutionary businesses, all revolutionary innovations. Yeah? Think of Google. Yeah? Google was created to democratize information, to make information accessible to anyone, anywhere. And now it's a multi-billion company. Yeah, think of Facebook, which was created by a young man seated in his hostel room. Yeah, think of, I don't know, YouTube. Let's come closer home, think of M-Pesa. Meant to is a transfer of money. And you have all realized in the recent days that Buddha transportation has been rising in Kenya. And someone just thought, why should business stop when it's raining and just created umbrellas? That is entrepreneurship, the young mind, yeah? So that's the first point. Innovation is about making meaning, as opposed to making money. Secondly, the innovators should be able to jump curves, improve your innovations at any point. Yeah, technology is constantly improving, so our mind should not be fixated on what was there. The idea is what counts. Yeah. So improve the idea. You created a meaning, but always want to improve it. I'll tell you a story of the ice business. In the 1800s, the ice business was waiting for winter. People used to go to the frozen lakes, blocks of ice, and harvest it. That was the ice harvesting. Yeah? And now that's what they do. The idea of innovation was being because so was more horses and all. Yeah? 20 years down the line came the ice factory, and it was revolutionary. They didn't have to wait for winter. They could have ice at any point, at any time. Yeah? 30 years down the line came the refrigerator, and now ice was accessible to anyone in their homes. They could get ice. And the idea is there, they wanted ice, yeah? And the great thing about these three ice businesses is it was not the same person, yeah? So when the ice factory came, people who used to cut those blocks of ice went out of business. When the refrigeration came, the people who used to have the ice factory went out of business. It was not the same way. So they were defined to one aspect. This is what you do, this is how we're making money, and we will stick to this, yeah? So to the innovators, always ready to improve your business. And the last point is, don't worry, be crafty. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect. There's always room for improvements. Yeah, there's always room for improvement. I'm saying you have a crappy idea. Let it be a revolutionary innovation, let it have those elements of crappiness, and that's why the Energy for IT is here to help you improve your innovation and take it to the next level. Yeah, and for you guys to be entrepreneurs. You have had a lighter success story. Yeah, and it's not about, as Rahema Mohammed said, all of you are winners. The fact that you're here and ready to present your innovators, it's all winners. Yeah, so yeah. And I have must acknowledge that Elijah is a member of SPE, and the majority of these guys here are also members of SPE. So I'm very proud of the members of SPE in the room. So let's give them a clap here. And with those few remarks, I want to wish you guys all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, just to recap very quickly, and I feel again very inspired and very proud to call myself part of the youth. Is one, strive to create meaning. That's powerful. And I think I will also take that in my own work. Strive to create meaning. Two, keep developing and improving your ideas. And I think that will also work just to the innovators, but to us as well. Strive to keep improving and developing. And of course, three, and what I think is most important, don't be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. Take the risk and just do it. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the Managing Director of Kenya Africa Limited, Dr. Gadoro Guru, to take us through the next level of our program. Karibu sana.
Jambo. Good morning.
Good morning.
All I can say is wow. It's a great way to start. Thank you so much, Kate. And thanks. That was really profound, I must say. And all the speakers coming before, Elijah, Michelle, thank you so much. Rehema, thank you. And Alfred, as always. Now, we are going to the part that we say the rubber meets the road. Sawa. I hope you have your checkbooks ready. I hope you have your dollars ready. Kenya shillings even better. M-Pesa accounts fully charged and ready. This is not a joke. We're here to do real business. So just to set the scene, why is it about energy? Now, you'd realize within the context of mining, we do have petroleum exploration. In Kenya, we tend to handle it slightly different, the petroleum side, the mining side, but as you know, even on a government level, it's within the same ministry. So it is a mining practice with a bias for us on the petroleum side today. As we all know, energy, or maybe I ask the question, can energy be created? Can you create energy? So we're trying to go back to physics. Remember Form 2 physics, Form 3 physics? I don't know, maybe Brian, you remember the book Apples, because that's the one I use, but I don't know whether you all use Apples. That's the one we use, huh? So energy cannot be created, correct? Can you destroy energy? Can you destroy it? No. So you cannot create energy, you cannot destroy it, but you can convert it. So it's a form of physical conversion. Now, at the heart of really where we are ourselves here is petroleum. Petroleum, in essence, if you want to make meaning, if I can borrow what was said, of petroleum, you've got to talk about energy because you convert it to movement, power, heat, light, etc. So it's all about energy and how can we convert that energy. Now, very important when we look at hydrocarbons is that today hydrocarbons contribute about 80% of the world's energy. Despite what we try to do, that's where we are at. And within the context of energy, of course, we're also talking about renewables, geothermal, wind, solar, etc. Second thing, local content. I think it's a subject that we hear a lot about within the context of petroleum, within the context of mining. Everybody has a great focus on local content. The challenge is it is so easy to say those words, local content. It is so hard to do it. So what does it mean? Are we here to create something that has never been created? Or are we here to improve on what already exists? So this is what we're going to see from the teams that have been prepared today. And thirdly, innovation. So there's many sides to innovation. We're going to show you service innovation, and we're going to show you product innovation. Now, very, very important, are we trying here to create a brand new drilling bit to compete with the global suppliers of drilling bits? No. That's not our intent. Our intent is to say, what can we do within the knowledge and abilities that we have today right here in Kenya to have an impact in the energy sector? In the end, the oil and gas people, the petroleum people, the ones who are mining, will see the linkages, but we also have to bring them on board. And that's why we're so pleased that the Kenya Oil and Gas Association is supporting this forum. Now, what is the process? How do we arrive at this platform, specifically the Simbas Den? The first thing we do is about 4 months ago, we had a call for innovations. So we put out a request. Anybody out there who believes they have an idea that needs financial support, technical support, please submit that to us. Once we receive those, we evaluate them. They come in form of a synopsis. We evaluate the synopsis, and we select what we think are the most viable or ready ideas. In the best case, ideas that are already selling something, that are already making also a difference. The next thing we do is we bring in those innovators. We prepare them. We spend countless number of hours with them. And I'm so proud of the team at Strathmore and also at Kipia for their dedication. Saturdays were spent preparing these innovators, and also the innovators themselves for their commitment to the process. And then, of course, within the context of preparation, very importantly, the mentorship. To tell them, you know what, each one of you is already a great person, even though you may not realize it. All you need is that encouragement to say, hey, you know what, take the next step. Yes, you may take 2 steps back forward and 1 step backward, but 2 steps forward, 1 step backward is still moving forward, right? So with that, I would like to introduce our Simbas. We have a wonderful pride of Simbas. It is my pleasure to invite Susan Washuka to come and join us here at the front. Please give her a warm round of applause. Susan is a Kenyan. She has 8 years of experience in business analysis in the oil and gas industry. and has been at the National Oil Corporation of Kenya since 2013. She's a graduate in actuarial science and is completing her MA in project planning and management at Nairobi University. Washuka is currently the senior market analyst at NOC, the downstream division in particular. Her major deliverables include performance measurement against strategy, product pricing, appraisal of projects. She has previously worked at Kenol Kobil in market analysis and credit sections. She has interests specifically in upstream oil and gas, sustainable development, and technology. Another warm round of applause. I would then like to invite Michelle Boyd. Karibu sana. A warm round of applause for Michelle. Michelle is the senior production engineer at Tullow Oil. Since July 2014, she has managed and maintained the well integrity for Tullow wells throughout East Africa. In Kenya, her landmark project is the Early Oil Pilot Scheme. Michelle is a graduate petroleum engineer, having studied in Texas, in the USA, and is also a holder of an MBA. Before joining Tullow, she worked at BP Oil and Gas Company in the US for 7 years in different fields. And along with Michelle, apart from being an engineer, she has a passion for mentoring students and early career professionals, and is the founder of the Michelle Boyd Mentorship Program. Another warm round of applause. And then, certainly not least, I would like to invite Malcolm Marega. Karibu sana. A warm round of applause for Malcolm. Malcolm is the principal at the East Africa Institute of Welding, a premier institute for welding and high quality welding. We are talking about oil pipeline type welding. It's a globally accredited training institute with a focus on the extractives sector. Malcolm is a seasoned business executive with experience spanning the UK and Kenya in various sectors: renewable energy, health and safety, extractives, where strategy and execution have been the key focus. In the last 5 years, Malcolm has spent in the oil and gas sector, supplying goods, services, and working to improve the local skills resource base. He has a passion in people, specifically investing in people, investing in their safety at the workplace, and he's a regular contributor to SOGA, the Skills in Oil and Gas for Africa, Kenya Advisory Committee, the Extractives Policy Working Group, Technical Committee, and is a member of the British Safety Council and the Institute of Economic Affairs. Once more, karibu sana. Now, I would like to welcome the first team of innovators. And we have a team that presented at the Fast Energy for I. They were not the winners, but they did not give up. They have kept at it. And I will invite them here, Brian and Brian, to talk about their gas to green. Please welcome them. Asante.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. My name is Brian Ouma. This is partner Brian Chege. We are the founders of Green Hub, a sustainable construction startup practice in Kenya, to guide developers and investors on how you can use green to develop your investments, develop your buildings, and in the energy sector. Today, I want to take you guys to a journey on how we can extend our solutions to the gas and oil industry in ways in which we can recycle our waste product basically and convert it to a very useful resource. So one of the waste products during oil drilling and mining is gas that comes out of it. Associated petroleum gas is estimated that 30% of all natural gas during the oil drilling is being cleared out. There have been solutions around it. Companies have tried to refine it, but that has proven to be a bit quite expensive. So the general idea has been to clear it. Basically, currently, globally, we are clearing about 5 trillion cubic feet of associated petroleum gas. This contributes to a lot of release of methane to the environment, which is a very harmful gas to the ozone layer, depleting the ozone layer far more faster than carbon dioxide. As a young boy growing up back in Naivasha, we grew up with like 15 kilometers from Kengen geothermal drilling. And every once in a while, I'd get a sense or smell of the hydrosulfide gases that were being generated during the drilling options. And it stuck with me ever since. Of course, one of the motivations that made me to get into the green industry, but I don't want to leave that lasting image to a young boy in Turkana or where the oil drilling operations are taking place. The other problem that mines and mine face is that energy costs are quite high. You're using probably diesel to run your pumps, to run your compressors, which is quite expensive. Other options like making grid will be unreliant in such areas because they probably don't even have grid in the bushes where the mining operations are taking place. So what we decided to do about it? Well, as the older age goes, 2 heads are better than 1. We thought 2 problems are actually better than 1. So we combined the 2 problems into one solution, that the associated petroleum gas, instead of being cleared, it can be cleaned, scrubbed, and converted into an affordable energy source. This is energy that can be localized. These units come in containers, so you can transport them to any part where your drilling operations are going. You can carry them once the drilling is gone to another wellhead and use it to generate energy. This energy is also reliable. The gas has been produced probably 24/7. Unlike other sources like solar and wind, you have your energy day and night. It's also a very affordable gas. Natural gas is one of the cheapest forms of energy that are around. So this is a very affordable solution to your energy needs in the oil wells. For a basic analysis, if you have a demand of about 200 kilowatts in your plant, you're going to save up to 30 million Kenyan shillings in savings, not just to the energy cost, but on things like transport costs to get the diesel to your sites. So as we are here, we are quite pitching a solution that we think can extend to most of the industry there in the energy industry. I'll have my partner take you guys on other market opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the overall idea behind this solution is to improve your rig's efficiency. So we are first looking at addressing the power concerns of the rig. We are hoping to come up with a sustainable and efficient power source that can be able to power and improve overall efficiency of the mine in the rig. So that once this efficiency has been achieved, you're able now to move the excess power out of excess capacity to power the local townships that will then come up as a result of the development of the advancements of the oil field project, as well as with these townships being powered, relevant infrastructure can then again be powered with this excess power that we hope and believe that will be achieved from the successful pilot project that will be able to test the potential, the energy potential of the gas that is being invented during the extraction process of the oil. I'd like to take you through the company structure. I'll start with myself. My name is Brian Chege. I head the accounts and the strategy division. We have David Miano, our civil engineer, who ensures that the building is rigid and structurally sound. We have Mashima Mtalaki, who is the head of field operations, where if you are not able to get to the site, he's the one who's actually in charge of that. We have design, again, Sharon Nobutse, who being a design firm, we have an architect, and we're also in the process of fulfilling the 2 paths gender rule. We just started with Sharon, that we are open to increase the numbers. And lastly, we have our CEO, Brian Noma, who takes care of business development. At the very top, we have directors who offer legal and professional advice and covering as well, so that we can be able to carry out an appeal job. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's not a briefcase company. It's not something I'm walking around pitching to investors. It's actually a company that's working and developing solutions for other people in the industry. So our ask today is very simple. We want to develop this. We don't want to pitch today and forget about it, come next year, pitch it again. We really want to get the feet running and get people talking and people thinking about it. So we are looking for partnerships, strategic partnerships in terms of those who own these oil wells. We are talking of technical partnerships for people who can help us go through this. We are looking for contracts. The financials of it are quite high, but we can gain value from contracts from you guys, where we can leverage these contracts to access the finances. This will enable us to prototype product, a plant, one, and the success of it, the data from it, used to enable us to expand this idea to even other markets. So as a developer, investing with us gives you the ability to relax back. We give you an EPC type of contract where we worry about the engineering and the procurement and the maintenance part of it. We only give you power at the levelized cost of 14 shillings per kilowatt hour. KPLC will give you about 50. So we're saving you 2 shillings for every kilowatt hour that will be selling to you. And apart from that, as a business owner, nothing gets me going more than the ability to grow the company. Every single day, I see it getting new clients, getting customers, and that keeps me pushing. Apart from that, as we grow, we bring in more people. This will definitely be a manufacturing venture, creating jobs for the youth. But as you hear, we find job in fabrication. I see the SP here. There's a lot of space for you guys to come and join us in this journey. So that is our call to action. I'd like to say that we want to continue doing these green things, just not from the oil industry. We want to extend to every other industry. You don't need to be an investor. You don't need to be a big player. It can be simple things to ensure your energy efficiency. Like, for example, just carrying a water bottle can save a lot of plastic bottles around. So these are solutions that everyone can adopt. But today, we want the oil and gas industry to adopt it. So join us. You can like us, our page at Green Up here at Facebook. You can call us and you can email us. Thank you and have a good day.
Wonderful, great. Can you hear that passion coming out? Yes, these guys really mean business. Very simple. Take that associated gas, bring it, clean it, and generate electricity. As simple as that. They're not asking for any money upfront. They're asking for a contract, and they will deliver it, and all you pay is that 13 per kilowatt hour. Isn't that fantastic? Let's see what the Simbas have to say. I'm sure they have questions from them. We'll start with Malcolm. Where's the money, Malcolm? Show us the money.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. I think I'd like to just start with, I'm still trying to figure out, so do you actually have a concept? And I'm wondering, what does it actually take to bring this concept to market? Because you've already arrived at a final price of the product or the energy. So there's a big gap, if you ask me. I'm just wondering if you can help us make that.
Thank you for the question. Well, yes, there is a big gap, but that's why we started off with the strategic partnerships, because our overall goal is to produce power at 30 shillings per kilowatt hour. But to achieve that, we must first prototype, and to be able to achieve that, we need strategic partnerships, access to the well, be able to get the data on how much gas is actually being produced, how much potential does this gas have, so that from there we can be able to scale it up. Our initial point is the strategic partnership. The 13 shillings per kilowatt hour is our ambitious goal, which we believe can be achieved only if we are able to verify the data. Right now, again, this is data that is sensitive, company sensitive. So only people in the oil industry are able to tell us how much gas they invented. So that is our start point. Let's start taking partnerships so that we can be able to gravitate towards that.
So just also to build up and clear it out, we've worked the figures based on data that we can find available. I think if you open today's Business Daily, one of the judges at the previous mining for IMS and demo has written an article, on how the lack of data in the oil industry is a bit of the bottleneck right now. Like opening up the data will of course open up other supply chain providers, in the entire supply chain. So we've worked with the small data that we can find. The service providers who can provide this engines have given us the estimated cost to set up a certain engine in the local parts of Kenya. The amount of insurance that we need, the amount of taxes that we need to calculate. So all this has been taken into mind to arrive at a figure of 13 shillings per kilowatt hour.
Perhaps then just allow me just a little follow-up. So there are certain assumptions that have actually been made, and I'm wondering, is there a minimum amount of gas that is actually required to make it viable to actually cover the costs of input, and you have a figure?
Yeah, so there's actually a minimum amount of gas that will enable the generation of that. I think we are talking about like 1 million BTUs of natural gas. That would be the minimum amount of figure. Right now, the amount of exactly about part you can now get data of how much gas is being generated in the Kenyan part. But I think with strategic partnership, these companies can have this data, so they can easily come to us and tell us, okay, we loved your concept. This is the amount of gas. So how you guys can come and join us. It's just that currently it's not data that they easily release to the market and the country as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. I think that's a direct challenge. It's very polite, but they're asking for data, they're asking for access to at least one well. Who else?
I really do appreciate the concept that you put together, because when I was working at BP, this is exactly what I was doing. We had 9,000 wells. Okay, so we had 9,000 wells, and our main product that we were producing was actually natural gas. And we had a gas plant, and all that gas was converted into energy and was used by the locals. So when it comes to now come back home, how much are we producing? Our main product in Kenya right now is oil, not gas. We're not producing that much gas. But I'm just happy to see that actually there's some people who are already thinking ahead that this gas that we're producing, instead of being flared, can we do something with it? So one is, with the gas that we're producing right now, it's not much. We're producing 0.03 MCF per day per well. So even if you want to run a generator, it will run for only 10 minutes. So when it comes to reality, we're not producing that much gas per well. But when it comes to the future, when we're going to do a full field development, when we're going to have 200 wells or more, you can almost combine the gas from each and every well and try and work it out and see, instead of flaring it, how can we use it? So when you talk about that, there's an opportunity, but you're talking about for it to impact the community. So in our community, they're nomads. So how are you gonna work it out? Because these people, they don't stay in one place. They move around. So how are we gonna put this in value and show them? Because when you start a project, you have to start from where you're operating first before moving into the industry. I would like to know how can we sell this to the nomads?
I've had unique experience with nomadic communities, but a very profound experience. One of the experiences we had is that we've installed a wind turbine generator in Bubisa, north of Marsabit, right? And when we landed there at first, it was a very nomadic society. They go do their things, come back. Months later, every month they only have 1 meal a day at 4 p.m. in the evening. That's the only meal they have. But once the windmill came and started producing power, I can see change that you really have to travel to that site for you to see it. There's a Kibanda, a hotel right there, so it means the owners are now staying there. They're not moving as much. The women are the one now cooking and making the tea, so you go there, you buy your tea. There's a school coming up, they use the power to drink borehole water, so the camels, even from other locations, are coming to drink water from that location. And that is the same value that I see this thing bringing. That just instead from an oil well or a rig drilling its oil has no impact on the community, communities begin to see them as access to electricity, access to businesses. But this electricity can be transmitted and transported, maybe not even far away from the wells, where they can create townships, small barber shops. You can now get a haircut, you can power school, you can power whatever services that you need to provide to them. So it now brings them closer and spreads out them to helps them not spread out as much in their nomadic activities. Because basically we are also nomads. It's just that we are nomads for money. They are nomads for food. They look for food, water, and shelter. That's why shelter. We look for money.
Well put, well put. Now, Susan, these are nomads for money. So what they say is fantastic. We're gonna work with you until fulfilled development, but we need to get started now because at fulfilled development, the bigger players come in and squeeze us out. So from your view of this, your analysis of this, what's your questions to them? How can we make it happen?
Thank you, Dr. And Brian, thank you so much for your presentation. My colleague Malcolm maybe brought out one of the questions I had about the assumption you made to arrive at the saving, for example, the tuition. To clarify, do your market need to invest in anything more, or is that tuition net of any infrastructure you would have? Is there another cost to the consumer?
To the end consumer?
Yes.
Whoever would be buying. The assumptions that we made now to this model, that's your final cost. Yeah.
Thank
you. Okay, very good. Is there a burning question from the audience? We can take just one quick question. Somebody maybe wants to sign the contract or something. We can also do that. Yeah. I think yes. There's one question, please. I think it's from Ken. You need a mic there.
Good morning, guys. I just want to appreciate kind of thought that the young guys have put across. It's a good thinking. My question to you is, when you are doing your research, during the time that you were doing your research, did you put into account the current existing systems that are similar to what you are putting across? And again, is there any new improvement or something that you have twisted or you have changed that's different from what you already have in the market?
So, as Edward mentioned earlier, our innovation is on the service base. The market, of course, has a lot of gas to energy generators around, but we give you the service of tying out the whole idea. I'm sure the gas generated in Kenya is of different properties to a gas generated in Ghana or in Nigeria. So of course you need the engineering to analyze and sort that out. So our company is an innovator in terms of service provision, that we give you the designs, we give you the data to enable you to have a solution that is locally tailored for your well. I hope that clears out.
Excellent, excellent. So they are not going to design the generator or create a new generator. What they're going to do is integrate a project and manage it, where they will bring the equipment, they'll bring the skills, they'll bring the people, and supply power at the end of the day, right? Okay, so let's give a warm round of applause to Brian and Brian. Great idea. Thank you so much. Please, we would like to invite the second group very swiftly. We have Vincent and Ian. Karibuni sana, makofi for Vincent and Ian. As they are setting up, I'll give you a little snippet of what they will present. They want to talk about using oil and gas fracking formulas within the water borehole sector. So take those formulas from oil and gas, use them within water boreholes, and enhance the productivity. So that instead of drilling more boreholes, we can produce more water from the existing boreholes. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. My name is Ian Kuria.
My name is Vincent Kiroi.
Today, we are here to inform you about GreenFrac. GreenFrac is a borehole water production enhancer software. So what GreenFrac does, it simulates the process of hydraulic fracturing of a water borehole. So before we get into the technicalities of this presentation, we have a short video that will illustrate to you what hydraulic fracturing is.
What is fracking? It's short for hydraulic fracturing. It's different from the traditional way of getting at oil and gas reserves. First, a well is drilled to reach shale. That's the type of rock. What is fracking? It's short for hydraulic fracturing. It's different from the traditional way of getting at oil and gas reserves. First, a well is drilled to reach shale. That's the type of rock that traps natural gas and oil. Then a cocktail of water, sand, and chemicals is pumped in at high pressure. That fractures the shale, forcing natural gas and oil back up to the surface.
Okay. So what you see there is the process of hydraulic fracturing in oil and gas. But what we are here today to discuss is how we can use this process, but in the water industry for water boreholes. So the difference is in oil and gas, when you fracture, you target the reservoir where your oil and gas is. But for the water borehole, what you're going to target is the aquifer where you have the water. So in the oil and gas industry, similar softwares that simulate hydraulic fracturing are there, but these softwares are not there for fracturing in the water industry. So what we've done is created a software for the water industry. Since the water industry, they've been doing fracturing, but without the software, they've had challenges. One of these challenges is that they do trial and error operations, whereby sometimes they overstimulate or rather stimulate. When you overstimulate, you pump in a lot of water to fracture your borehole than what you actually need. Thus, it is expensive. And for example, when you understimulate, you don't pump in enough water, so the full capability of your well is not achieved. So the water you produce from that borehole is not as much water as you can get. A point that I want to make clear, when you're fracturing for water boreholes, you just use water. You don't use propans or any chemicals as used in oil and gas, so that you don't contaminate your water aquifer.
Now the solution to these problems is GreenFrac. We developed GreenFrac using oil and gas mathematical equations. Now we are not actually selling this software. However, we are going to provide GreenFrac services to companies with hydraulic fracturing units. Now, these services include the determination of the optimal injection parameters, like injection time and injection rate. Now, with these parameters, we are going to obtain the fracture length, the fracture width, and the stimulation ratio. Now, for example, before hydrofracturing a well, borehole actually, as you can see, there are very minimal fractures. But and also very low water production. After fracturing, you're actually increasing the number of fractures in that aquifer, and this will result in a higher water production. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you how the program works. Now this is the main form of the program. As you can see, there are two buttons. This is the well and aquifer information button, where you actually have to input some of the well and aquifer details. And the other one is the hydrofracturing simulation button. Now in this button, you are actually simulating the fracturing process in the aquifer. Now we are all going straight to hydrofracturing, to the hydrofracturing simulation process. Now, this is how the forms looks basically. Now in this simulation, we are going to demonstrate how injection time actually affects the stimulation ratio of our well, or the improvement ratio. Now, an improvement ratio is like, let's say you have an improvement ratio of 3. This means that after hydraulic fracturing, you are going to increase the water output of that borehole by 3 times. That's you're producing, let's say, your borehole at 10 liters. After hydrofracturing, you are going to increase it by 30 liters per minute. Now already 4 records have been done to save on time. I'll just explain on it. Now, in this simulation, we are actually going to, as I said, we're going to increase the injection time. Now for the first injection time, we used 10 minutes. Now in 10 minutes, as you can see, we obtained a stimulation ratio of 2.99. In the second, after we increased it to 20, we obtained a stimulation ratio of 3.15. Now together we are going to actually increase the injection time by using an injection time of 50 and 60 minutes. Now you're going to click new. Now, as you can see, the injection time has changed to 50 minutes. After clicking new, you're going to click calculate, then read chart, then predict, then save. You're going to save this data to the database. That's the results. You're going to do it up to 60, the next record. Now it has increased to 60 minutes. You're going to click calculate, read chart, predict, and save. And now this is the result. As you all can see, at 50 minutes, the graph is actually getting dropped. It's actually a constant, 50 to 60. Also, the average fracture width has reached a constant. Now, we can all go to the conclusion that 50 is our optimal point cost. There is no need to go to 60 because they are actually getting the results even with the simulation ratio. You can see at 50, it's 3.48, and at 60, it's 3.48. Now, this means that after hydrofracturing your borehole, we are going to increase your water production. Maybe if you're producing at 10, you're going to produce at 34.8 liters per minute. Now we can this program can actually help you print your report, and we can call it with water injection. Now you can save to anyone in your PC this report, and you can let's view the report how it looks like. This is the report we call it water injection. Now this is the report, the name of that program, INFRAC. Some of your constant water injection properties, that is like the viscosity, we do not vary the viscosity. So in all the records it will be 60 centigrade. The part fluid temperature, we use 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to the variable water injected properties. As you can see, we actually did for 10, 20, up to 60. Now with these parameters, we obtained the simulation ratio was increased from 2.99 to our optimal point, which was 3.48. So as I told you now, it's 3.48 times. Like if you were producing at 10 liters per minute, increased it to 34.8 liters per minute. Now The service, the market you are targeting is companies with hydraulic fracturing units. Now, Kenya presently has one operating hydrofracturing unit. Now, Kenya plans to drill 1,200 to 1,500 boreholes per year. Now, a good number of these boreholes will be potential candidates for hydrofracturing. Now, as you can see, our market is actually unfailing. So, and also one of we actually targeted two future markets. One was Uganda. Uganda presently has two hydrofracturing units, and the other one was Ghana. Ghana has more than five hydrofracturing companies, which are actually more than five hydrofracturing units, which are doing the operations in this region, like AMH Local Drilling Company.
Thank you, Vincent. On to the team structure. Vincent will be the CEO and will also be in charge of research and development, and I'll be in charge of marketing the product. So what are we asking for? We're asking for one major thing, and that is technical partnerships. We have identified three major institutions where we believe a partnership will be mutually beneficial. It will benefit us and also them. Such institution is oil and gas companies operating in Kenya, and also as when we expand in other areas. Now, why do we say that it will benefit them? For example, let's take Tullow as an example. If Tullow can promote the use of our software in hydraulic fracturing of the water boreholes in the areas where they operate, one, they will be able to provide enough water for the local communities by drilling fewer boreholes. That's the save on costs. Two, they will be able to provide enough water for their oil production activities such as water injection. Three, it is a strategic investment for companies such as Tullow, because a time will come whereby they will need to use the hydraulic fracturing technology for oil and gas production. And if they use this technology right now in boreholes, the community will appreciate this technology and accept it, so that when the time comes where they need to apply this technology for oil production, they don't have a lot of resistance from the community or the public. Another institution we've identified are government institutions such as NEMA. We believe if they promote the use of our software for hydraulic fracturing, fewer boreholes will be drilled in residential areas, for example, like Nairobi, where we have a lot of boreholes being drilled. If they hydrofracture, if they use our software, they drill fewer boreholes, that is sustainable, and they'll be able to provide enough water for all the residents. Three are the hydraulic fracturing companies, for instance, BSS. If they use our software, they'll be able to do a better hydraulic fracturing job, and it will save them on time, and that's also on costs. Now on to projected financials. VinFrac is the software. We are going to lend out the service. So we are going to charge 30,000 shillings per borehole for giving us this service. 30,000 shillings when you're drilling a borehole is not a lot of money, because it costs you 3 million to drill a borehole. 30,000 shillings is just 3% of the cost. And you see, it can save you from even drilling 2 boreholes, just drill one by using 30,000 shillings. So we have projected that in our first year we are targeting 5 boreholes at a cost of 30,000 shillings per borehole. We are going to have a revenue of 150,000 shillings. In the second year we are targeting 10 boreholes, that's a revenue of 300,000 shillings. In the third year we are targeting 20 boreholes, a revenue of 600,000 shillings. We are also asking for an investment of 100,000 shillings, which in the first year will pay out 20,000 shillings. In the second year, we'll clear out the remaining 80,000 shillings. And in the third year, we'll give our providers, we'll pay them 45,000 shillings, which will be a profit to them. So after 3 years, we'll pay them 145,000 shillings. They make a profit of 45,000 shillings. Yes, that is the end of our presentation. We now welcome any questions.
Wonderful. So, Michelle, can we give these guys an opportunity? It's $1,000, and that's per exchange, isn't it? Let's get it going.
I'm quite impressed with your software and all the work that has been put through. And I just wanted to know, so you have the software. I just want to know Because it's going to be more than what the person you're selling into to buy in. Because you have to have the equipment, you have to know the reservoir, how does it look like, because you just can't go and frag and you quite don't understand the reservoir because maybe you have depleted the water. So maybe you don't need a fracking there, maybe you just need to plug the whole well bore and drill another one. So what I'm lacking to see is the geology part of it, because before you go and sell that you need to frack, you need to understand how is the water reservoir looking like. And that's one. And then two, not only are you investing in the software, but also investing on the equipment that you're going to use to frack. So whenever you're selling the idea, that person needs to understand what exactly am I spending to get this.
To answer your question, in the software, there were two buttons. The first button was the button for well and aquifer details. It's just that we did not show what was inside that button. That button is whereby you put the information, the geologic information. For example, you put in the country, the type, the borehole, the reservoir, the aquifer rock type, the aquifer pressure, the temperature, all the parameters of that. That's where you put them. And if the simulator can know if hydraulic fracturing is capable to increase the production in that borehole. So that's the first step. And the second question you asked is about the equipment. So what we are offering is the software, just the service. But in Kenya, for instance, there is a hydraulic fracturing equipment for boreholes. It is owned by a drilling contractor. So we are going to rent out our software, our well, and ask them for 30,000 shillings. Before they go and do the fracturing with their unit, they can simulate it so that they can get the optimum parameters to use for the fracturing job. I hope that's a bit clear.
All right. Thank you.
Right. So we're talking about software as a service, but they themselves, you yourselves will not own the equipment. So the equipment is with a contractor, but that contractor today is a little bit trial and error. So this will give them technical guidance. Susan, what do you say about this, please?
Julian, I like that. And maybe my question or clarification, because from what she asked, you did say the data that will be entered. I guess now it will be by the contractor, whoever buys your product, right? Yes, so they must have either started that work for them to getting that information. So you're basically just trying to make them know, but they get the data themselves, right? So the 30,000 is just your part, but don't go to the field. That's what I wanted to know or to confirm.
Oh, yes.
To expound a bit on that, when the drilling contractor has drilled the borehole, they will get some of the data in the actual process of drilling. And now they can give us that data, and then we can tell them if that borehole is a potential client of hydraulic fracture, and then we can offer our service.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Malcolm, please, you know boreholes, you know this story. What should happen?
So I love the idea, and I say that particularly because our sister company is actually a borehole drilling company. And so, first question is, I'm curious, does this only work with new boreholes? Does it work with existing boreholes? Because then it might mean that there's a whole range of clients that already have boreholes that are drying out and, as suggested, may need to be capped, or is there an opportunity to actually explore, further potential out of the same boreholes? That's one thing. The second thing is, I'm actually thinking that I'd like to challenge you guys even a bit further in terms of your ambition, is that if you could provide a holistic solution, whereby it's not just the software, but you're actually looking at, the equipment also, so that it's in-house and you're able to say that, guys, I can come out here and I can provide you a solution whereby I can ensure that you get a certain level of production out of the use of fracking, actually introducing the idea, because I don't think it's a widely known idea out there. So we both introduced the idea, but then when introducing the idea to, say, a potential client, you don't want to say to them that, oh, by the way, I have this brilliant idea, gather the concept, and then we want to introduce you to X person who has the equipment, who will also have his own other issues, and I don't feel like driving out here with my equipment, I can't do the schedule and all of that, to actually bring about a result. So has your thinking gone to that side? Is there another page that you're going to open for us and say,
yeah, okay. On the first point, it's going to target new goals and existing goals. For example, in northern part of Kenya, there was a borehole being drilled. Now the drilling contractor used drilling fluids at high pressure. So this actually damaged the aquifer. Now the drilling contractor can actually conclude like the borehole is producing very minimal water, so we can drill another borehole. Now instead of doing that, you can actually simulate that if you hydrofracture that borehole, you are actually going to increase the spaces where water is going to flow to the borehole and to the people now. Also, you're also going to target existing boreholes, because as you continue producing boreholes, you're actually, some of the fractures or exposed places are actually going to get blocked. Now, in order to actually increase or to fracture that drop, you're actually going to require hydrofracturing to take place to increase or widen the existing fractures so that you can actually produce more water. Now, on the second point, also, it's actually expensive purchasing hydrofracturing units. It costs like, let's say, $1 million or something. So maybe if our revenue actually increase over time, we can actually purchase a hydrofracturing unit.
Just to add on what you said about existing boreholes. For instance, you can find that you drill a borehole, and then after a period of time, the water production has gone down. And the offset boreholes, these are boreholes that are surrounding that borehole, their water uptake is quite high. So then you know there's a problem with your borehole, it's not a problem with the aquifer. So probably your fractures or the permeability between the borehole and the aquifer is low, so the water can't move inside your borehole. So such a borehole is a good candidate for hydraulic fracturing.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think also there was another angle there where Malcolm challenged them to be much more ambitious. And I think also there's an opportunity for this team to convince the oil and gas players that it's a strategic investment, give us access to hydrofracking equipment, probably even the service providers. So that can go around the cost issue. So it's always about what value can we give and what value can we get. But I have a feeling, if I may interrupt our wonderful host, Nyakesa, this building has a borehole, no? It has a borehole, yes? Now, if these guys were to offer the solution, could you give them rent-free for a couple of years? I think we can talk about that, right? Fantastic. Very nice, very nice. So there you go. So you already have an office space, and you sorted out. So that's how we do business, isn't it? Wonderful. Please give them a warm round of applause. Hold on one moment while you're still there. I see a couple of valid questions. I'm sorry, but we have to allow our chairman to ask a question here.
Guys, I think really innovative. Two things. One, you said there's one hydrofracturing unit currently in operation. Do you already have an exclusive agreement with that contractor?
So we've already started contacting them. We are already in conversation with them.
In conversation, but not exclusive agreement. So we can chat about that. And then two, how many times practically has the software been used? And you've seen not theoretical, but actual improvements in the water.
So we've not yet tested it in with an actual well. But that is why we have technical partnerships. We want to get
For example, that new contractor who has that unit so that we can test our software and probably even improve on it.
So after this, let's talk about that 100,000 shillings.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I can see the check is just being drawn up. That's Ian and Vincent. And for gender equity, we'll allow you to ask the question, please.
That was a very brilliant presentation. So my question is more on the technical angle. The reason as to why we use fracturing in oil and gas is for enhanced oil recovery. And in the end, what you want is to make money if you pump in money. And fracturing is actually a very expensive process, whether it be it in oil and gas or if you're actually going to integrate it in extracting water in aquifers that are compacted. So what I wanted to ask you is, give me the figures. If I am going to use fracturing in extracting water, and I know water is being stored at, if you have to look at oil, we have perhaps it's 79 or moving to $80 per barrel. But if I am extracting water, how much is it per barrel? So in the end, am I getting value for the money that I'm putting in? Considering water is one of those resources that we know we can harness if we are to end up collecting the rainwater that we have, or if I realize that my borehole is dry or is producing very little water, then I can move on to another place where I am almost certain there's an aquifer there. So in the end, it's about the economics. Am I getting value for my money if I am using fracturing in the process? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. And yes, you're getting value for your money. Just to do a small recap, we stated that to drill a borehole, it costs about 3 million shillings. The cost of hydrofracturing that borehole is 300,000 shillings, which is 10% of the cost. And the cost of using our software is 10% of the hydrofracturing cost, which is 30,000 shillings. So, for example, you can find, instead of drilling, say, like 10 boreholes, you can cut the number of boreholes you need to drill and say drill 7. That will save you 3 boreholes. That is 9 million shillings. So you will save on that. Say you have an old borehole that is not producing a lot of water. Instead of going to another place where you think there's a good aquifer and spend 3 million to drill a new borehole there, you can hydrofracture this with 300,000 shillings, and by that you also have given us the point to use our software, and it will save you, that is 2.7 million shillings.
Excellent, excellent. I think they've done a wonderful job. Please, a warm round of applause. Thank you. Great. Moving on swiftly, we have a third and final group for today who have really blow your mind innovation. I would like to invite Fidel and Martin to present Boresha Meter. Let's welcome them, please. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
When we talk about energy, most of us talk about new ways of generating energy. But the entire energy cycle has 2 things. Has the generation part and the reliability part. I'll give you an instance that in Kenya we are generating more capacity than we can consume. But the issue of Kenyan energy is the reliability part. And part of the reliability part is the energy management. So Boresha Meter comes to answer that question. My name is Fidel Makatia. I'm a student at Kenyatta University taking electrical and electronic engineering.
My name is Martin Wadele. I'm a student at Kenyatta University in my 5th year taking electrical and electronics engineering. So basically, we are here to take you home. And I want you to take a moment and think of how you get your electricity at home. You can think of the lighting, the socket, the outlets, and how much you pay for it. So before us here, we have our basic electrical setup. It's something that all of us are familiar with. We have the bulb, the socket, the consumer unit, and the meter. But before I go further into this idea, I'd like to give a personal experience of what I had. being a student in the university, teachers are time whereby you have to say goodbye to the hostels and start giving out the command. So you treat that moment. And when you treat the moment, I went into a new rental and I made one of these meters. So I happened to be coming from the western side of the country. I've never seen such things. So I was quite amazed and I was wondering now, how do I get to feed in my tokens to this? How do I even know the meter number? And what else can I do with this? Yeah? It was just a device that was very strange to me. So I went to my desk to a neighbor and I asked her, she happened to be a lady. She told me that she had no idea also. And I was wondering, how do you live in a place and you don't know how to do it? She told me, for us, it's written inside the meter. So she did our solution. I went to another neighbor again. Now, the other neighbor provided a solution, but it was a technical solution, said that you have to key in some values, get a bit of the digits, wait a bit, and then the last part of the digits come. So it's supposed to be 11 numbers. So I had 9 numbers. I lacked 2 numbers. So I took the 9 numbers, keep them in, tried to buy tokens, failed. So I had to go for the other 2 numbers that were on the meter. It was quite cumbersome. And I remember at that time, the way we said, you can't work. So I sat down and thought that we're having devices in our houses which are supposed to help us manage our energy, but they're not really helping us. And I also realized that my next door neighbor, who happens to be a lady, was not able to load the tokens to the meter. Why? The position of the installation is such that it's so high and it's quite short. So she has to go on a stool, key in the value, so you see the risk. You can either fall on a gas or something like that. And to make it more serious, you can imagine someone who is on a wheelchair. How do they get to do this? And this is the basic form of control we can have for our energy. And that's what inspired the idea for Resha meter.
I'll ask a quick question. How many of us use prepaid energy? How many of us are connected to the grid? How many are using PLC energy from the audience? How many are using prepaid energy? Prepaid, you have to buy tokens in Investor, then go on feed. Or most of you are postpaid. So I relate to the prepaid, but new installations of electricity are using prepaid. So very soon you'll fall in this category. So all of us who are using prepaid, we can agree that these meters are just black boxes to us. We don't understand them. We just go there to feed tokens, and maybe when you hear them beep, you're going to confirm if your tokens are out. We can't relate with them. Imagine you are a family man and you left your house with kids and you with the entertainment on, and you go away and maybe the tokens are over, so they have no power. You can't, like, your kid maybe doesn't have a phone, so you can't like save them then. They have to stay without power until you come back. So this, like Michael said, you can see the installation, they are usually high. So they are like, we only interact with them only when we want to feed tokens and maybe check the unit balance. I remember there's a time I was supposed to go for a presentation, and I had to take a hot shower because it was early in the morning. Then iron my clothes, then go. So I went to the hot shower. No sooner had I put the shower on than my tokens went off. So I couldn't like even iron my clothes. So I had to look non-presentable just because I didn't get a warning. So Resha meter is an accessory. What we give you is that we make your meter smarter. So what it can do, your meter can text you when tokens are almost up. You set the token limit. Like for me, I'm a student, I only consume maybe maximum of 3 minutes a day. So my unit may be only 1 unit. So I set the limit to 1 unit. So when it falls below, it wants me via text message. Your tokens are almost depleted. So I can plan my morning. I say I want to take a hot shower now. I'll have to go in water with a gas. So like I plan my tokens well because I have the notification. Also, I can buy tokens prior to that. Also, what we offer, the Resha meter accessory, what it does is that when you buy the tokens, the message you receive from PLC, how many first of all understand that message? The long message you receive that has a lot of deductions, like you're doing your salary analysis. How many understand it? Because I personally, I know the code is very, I can't understand it. So what you do, you just put that message to your meter, wherever you are. Maybe you're in Lagos, maybe you're in Kampala, and your kids are in Nairobi. You just receive the message, then you forward the text to them, and it recharges on its own. So I will give a quick demo. So what we're expecting is, my token limit is actually 0.5 units for case of demonstration. So I previously I have tokens. So I have units, the bulb light. Then as soon as the token limit falls below my token limit, to send me a text telling me your token limit has been reached. So I have tokens initially. So you can even charge, like Martin explained. So it's just that you can put your phone here to charge. So I'll maybe show the charges. So I'm expecting a text from my meter, tell me token limit reached before it goes off. So that I can do, maybe I can recharge. Hope you can see. Yeah, 1 minute is actually much. But I remember to be here soon. So the text first, so maybe the text. Then after that, when the text comes, it will switch off. Then one of you judges will buy me tokens. And it will come on. You just go to my meter. You don't have to go there and key it in. Yeah. I don't know why.
So we're just about to receive a message, right?
Yeah, we're waiting for message.
Okay, it's coming. Usually during a presentation, 1 minute is quite long. So I'm just trying to fill in the space.
Maybe before it comes, I can explain this GIS mapping. So I read something in the business daily that QPLC are actually losing energy. 1 million prepaid customers are bypassing these meters. So bypassing means they're using energy without being charged. So because this thing is connected to the internet, not internet but to a network, telecommunication network, you can actually map these meters. So what it has, the capacity it has, when you try to bypass the energy, it notifies the Kenya Power and Lighting that this meter, this location, they are bypassing. So if you see that, they see that they can make a follow-up, unlike the current meters, which they don't do that. So you can actually bypass meter. Let me say something.
Did you say 1 million?
Yeah, 1 million.
1 million users are not paying Kenya Power.
Yeah, 1 million. Currently, that is assuming each of these users is using 10 more per day. You have 1 million users bypassing. Assuming each is using 10 more per day, it means Kenya Power is losing 10 million daily. In a month, that is 300 million. We can't think of a year because it will be catastrophic. It will be like the Eurobond. So let's just think about the month. You got the message? And I decided it. Let me run it. Yeah, let me run. You just get another message. Go on.
So the symbols have received a message. It says tokens low, and then your power went out. So, but you're just simulating a scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, let us just start again.
Okay. So you want to do it again? No problem.
We have rebooted the system.
All right. So we get another message?
Yeah, they will get another message.
Okay, very good.
So, yeah, where was I?
You were taking us through the losses that Kenya Power is making.
Yeah, so they're losing 10 million daily. We assume that each person of them is using 10 more per day, which is not the case, because they're not talking about it, because it's not even enough. So maybe if they're losing, so it has gone off. You got another message? Yeah. A second message. Yeah. So you see, you got the message before my tokens went out. So if you get the message instantly, you can recharge. And that is my name is 0.5 units. Maybe yours is 20 units. So it won't go off that time. It will take long. So maybe you were somewhere in a meeting, you can recharge maybe later. So your keys and your house has power from anywhere. You know, just imagine a scenario whereby your everything is open, you're not around. So what I will do, I will instruct maybe Madam Michelle, maybe I will instruct you how to buy me tokens. So the moment she buys for me, she won't use my phone, she will use her phone.
She kept her phone away. But let Rehema help her. Okay. Yeah, Rehema has been longing to buy tokens for you guys.
So she will buy with her phone, not my phone. Yes. Then you will see power in my house.
Okay, which number should she compose a message to?
So you go to your, okay, here we are assuming that you already, in cases you have to like go to a website, do this so that you can buy, so that you can receive a text from QPLC. So we can't go through that process. So we are assuming that you have that text from QPLC. So we are creating our own token text for now, for this demonstration. So just go to message, message application SMS, the common SMS message. The sender number is this, we call it the meter number. 0713 927 165. 0713. Yeah. So the token we have generated for you is 1. Just type number 1 and send it to that number. When you're done sending, just let us know. You said. So anytime from now, I have tokens in my house. Yeah. So I have power to work in. So I can learn it from anywhere. And that's not all. That is just the tip of the iceberg. Let Martin take you through another part.
Now, the other side of the iceberg is that we have an application for your meter. So it means that you actually don't have to be at that position where the meter is installed to get any data from it. Okay. So on my application, what you can be able to get is the consumption data. You can set a token limit. You can get the token balance, and you also get help from the application, because maybe many of us don't know even the KPLC meter number or something like that. So the application helps you to interact with your meter. You can imagine in your IV, let me just start with my meter. I go in, key this, see my results, key the other one, see the results. Currently, it's working on Bluetooth technology, and we are focusing on making it USSD. So you can imagine, you do a *11 something hash, and you get your meter details from wherever you are in the country. And this is something that we're looking to develop to specifically target people who are not able to access their meters. They physically challenge. When you are not around in your house, you need data from your meter. You can easily access it from your mobile phone.
Just to add something as we are about to wind up about the meter, about the application. So you see, Martin talked about the meters being inaccessible. They're somewhere there, maybe in the basement, so you have to you have to go out. Others in the kitchen. But what the application does, it puts the meter in the palm of your hand. So the moment you're in your house, you have your meter wherever you are. So you can interact with the meter, just open. We are working on making it more graphical so that you can just be clicking. So you click, check energy consumption, set token limit, help. What is my meter number? What is the KPLC number to call when I have something, electrical fault in my house or my meter is not working? So you have your meter wherever you are. You don't have to go to the basement and key in the tokens or check all these things. So that is what the application does. For people who don't have smartphones, I used to be there, so I know the hassle. So people who don't have smartphones, we use what you're saying, like what you check, we want to check balance with Kenya Power, with Safaricom, we say *144 hash. So we are working on developing a USSD code, it's called USSD, so that you can just be saying maybe start 20 hash, then you put a meter number, then you bring the entire menu of the meter in your phone. So you don't have to have a more Android application or iOS for the chosen few. This is the solution of our meter. Our value proposition in a wrap-up is just, we make your meter smart. The world is turning into IoT age, where we are networking everything. And energy is about, she was in the US, they have something called IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. They have what we call the smart grid. Their grids are smarter. I was attached at KNGen last month. So I got a chance to interact with one of my supervisors, the chief engineer. They were telling me, in fact, Kenya is giving energy to Kenya more than Kenyans can consume. The question is just the reliability part. It's not the production. The reliability depends on the grid and systems like this, energy management system that run the IIoT infrastructure. That is our value proposition, the future.
So, and to our target market, I know each and every one of us needs this. Very simple. Which means domestic households will actually need this. Residential apartments, we're looking forward to target KPLC, and today we'll talk about that. And also the hospitals. And for guys in the mining, the petroleum sector, I know you're kind of thinking. Also there you have offices, and they're also dependent on single phase electricity. And you actually need to pay for it. So actually, you are in this. So what we want is that once this idea develops, we can be able to reach our market and be able to supply these kits to each and every person who is in need of them.
Just to add a little to what you're saying, what we're selling is not the meter, it's the accessory to the meter. You don't have to replace your meter, you just buy the accessory to the meter. So you don't have like to do an entire infrastructure. That's why we target you as a person to manage your energy and KPLC to see their energy not being bypassed. So that is why KPLC is here. we can also partner with them so that when they're installing the prepared meter for you, they also install the accessory for you. So that maybe there's a way you can be paying like how people pay for solar. Maybe. This is our team structure. My name is Fidel Makatia. I am the project manager.
And I'm Martin Wagende, the technical manager, and we're looking forward to have a finance and sales manager, and we consider the gender balance so that we can have a whole round team.
Yeah, we are recruiting, so you can send your CVs. Now to the key thing now, money. Okay. The cost of our production of this prototype costed us around $70, roughly $70, but it's a prototype. So at the end, finally, at the prototype, the accessory should not look as big as this. It should look at like this, like your phone, as small as this, because there's not. If you get a chance to see it, something little like the size of the meter itself, but it should look like this, so that it's easily installed and easily. It's actually portable. Let me say that. We are installation cost. When you buy from us, we'll be installing. If you want us to install it for you again, we'll charge you $50. But any qualified technician can install it. We'll make it as simple as possible. Something like a plug and go, like a Go TV decoder or DSTV decoder. You can just follow the manual and install. But if you want us to install it for us, the trusted people who made it, with this, you have to incur some cost. So we are looking for investment. People to partner with us, because as you realize, we're engineers. We make it happen, but we need the business part, because you have to be packaged to the market. If you invest with us, $60,500, that is what we have estimated for these stages. The estimate we have for this stage, producing around 100 units, and we'll give you 30% equity in our company if you decide to give us this money. And I'll tell you, we have 3.5 million users of 5 million users of energy in Kenya, and 3.5 million are prepaid customers. So for now, and you know that is Nairobi, Nakuru, and the major cities. So we have KPLC running what we call rural electrification. They are doing we want electricity to spread in the rural areas and upcountry. So meaning every day we'll be having more customers for this. So here we have considered 100 units, and it gives us a good figure. If you multiply 100 with $90, it's something good. So imagine now 3.5 million. That is around $300 million US. That's around 3 billion Kenyan shillings. So it's a good investment. That's why I just say in simple terms. Because electricity will always be used. And in East Africa, it's one of a kind. Maybe Uganda will need it. Maybe South Sudan will need it. Maybe Ethiopia will need it. Yeah. And
so I've heard people saying, because you're finishing with a quote that you give us the money, we give you the future. So what you're here for is the money, and you make meaning and give you the future.
Wonderful. This is what I'll say. Energy is the key driver for industrialization. If you look at the story of industrialization, historians will tell you, it started with the first industrial revolution was because of energy, the James Watt and the lights. So this is what we are making Kenyan energy reliable so that we can achieve Vision 2030. So join us. I want to welcome you on board, and the future is open for business. Thank you.
Excellent. Very smart. Please give them another warm round of applause. Great job. Susan. Now, there's a market here for sure, huh? But I know you have some questions for this gentleman. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Fidel. Thank you, Martin. What's the cost of the meters we use right now? Like a single, I don't know if you have that or anyone in the room, so that we compare to your installation. Okay, the cost you want to charge us to buy. So the $90 is for the accessory. The reason I'm asking that is to get a feel of who would be interested in spending over $100 for that. I get the convenience to the consumer.
$10.
Cost per unit, you indicated
90, yeah, $90.
For the accessory, yeah? Installation cost 80.
if you want us to install it.
Okay, or 80.
Yeah.
Let's even assume it is 90. So that's about 9,000. So the question I have is, how does that compare with the meter I have? Would a consumer, end consumer, be willing to spend that amount? So that as we go ahead, are we looking at KPLC being more interested because of the savings they could make versus a final consumer, end consumer?
Okay, prepaid meters, the ones here, KPLC has a variety. We have Headslink, Conlog, Ataris. So it depends, but the least you can pay is around 15,000 Kenya shillings for them to have to have installed. Depends if you have the pole. If you don't have it around, you have to pay around 30,000 for you to have it. But the meter is around 10,000, 15,000.
Okay. So my other question would be, at installation, since it's a separate, it's an accessory outside, how do I ensure that someone doesn't take it away if it has to be outside?
It doesn't have to be outside. What it has to be just before the meter.
But my meters would be
Outside.
outside. It's like at the basement. Can someone else take it away now that it's something I paid for? Would another user take it away? Given that most apartments you're sharing, wherever those meters are installed.
By taking away the
Ceilings, for example, yeah. Like
So-
how secure is it?
It's secure because it's connected to live current. You can't like unplug it just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this meter. If you this meter is just like that meter connected to live mains current. Yeah, so if you see it, maybe you vandalize the entire system, and also you can also track it because you are linked to it.
And then if you can go back to the domestic installation that we started from, you'll find that even the meters that are installed outside, they have a link that connects them back to your house so that you can have the electricity at the consumer unit. So instead of having it installed outside, you can also install it inside the house as long as you have the link from the meter to the accessory.
As long as it's just before the meter. Okay. It can be inside your house.
Very good, very good. Thanks for that. That was very relevant. So it is 90 bucks, but then we're even ignoring the installation cost. It's 60% vis-a-vis compared to the existing meter. But let's keep in mind, this is just a pilot. And I am sure what they did say, but they want to say, and I'll say for them, is that with volume, that 90 bucks will come down tremendously. But I agree with you, the accessory cannot be, let's say, a high percentage of the actual product. I think they're driving towards lowering that. Yeah?
Otherwise, a really brilliant idea, and especially from maybe KPLC side, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. Malcolm, what's your take on this, please?
Immediately that points to mind is patent the idea. Yeah, as in you need to secure this idea. Yeah, especially because I think that Kenya Power are, you literally need to be working hand in hand with them because I don't think you can interfere with a Kenya Power meter without their permission. That would actually be illegal. So, and if you're going to go and sit in a room with them negotiating, you need to be able to secure your idea. So that becomes very critical and very important. I like the idea. It's very good for the mass market. I find it odd that your suggested cost is higher than the cost of the prototype, just to begin with. But I think it's actually been mentioned by Daktari that you're hoping that the cost will actually come down. But I don't think that the prototype would actually be more expensive than the overall idea. Now, the investment that you're looking for, about 6 million shillings, what do you want to do with that investment? What will it actually go into? And then finally, where will you actually be producing the units? So design the units and all of that, waste production, which is
Okay, like I said previously, what we have is a prototype. It's just using normal boards from the market, program the boards that are made for general purposes. So at the end, we should end up with something as small as this. So we need to make our own boards, do our own circuit design, and make our own matter. And so they have to get technical. make our own motherboards for it, so that it can be optimized for that purpose only. So it will be cheaper than this, because these boards we using, they optimize for their general purpose boards. You can use it for many things, so they have to be expensive because they have a lot of capabilities. But we'll optimize ours for this purpose only. So part of the investment we'll be using is the design of the template of the motherboard. We have to design the motherboard. We want to put it in Kenya, gearbox, do the design of the motherboard, and maybe the first 100 units production here locally, because I don't think the capacity can be that big. So in the near future, I will do part of the investment. We're planning to maybe take the production to China, because they can produce in bulk. So maybe if you have, because Kenyans are around 3.5 million using prepaid energy, gearbox can produce 3.5 million of this. They only produce maybe up to 2,000 of them. So the pilot said you only produce only 100 units here in Kenya, gearbox. We're already talking to them, with them, and that's where we arrive at that figure.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. And Michelle, please, if you could wrap it up for us.
Yes, very good idea. I think we are very mobile, we're going globally, so having something that is portable that we can use to make our life easier will help our life. For me, I just wanted to know if I just want some clarity. So we'll have that, and then we'll have for the TPLC. So am I going to be getting two messages? Am I going to be getting a message from TPLC that tells me I need to key in this number? Like, I need to understand how those two equipment is going to be working together, because I want a simple life. I don't want a message from TPLC. I don't want a message from you. You're going to complicate me, and I'm going to cancel everything. So can I be able to synchronize those two, where I just get one message and I'm happy customer?
So let's start from the beginning. If you're a prepaid customer, you want to buy tokens for your house, energy tokens. What you do, you usually go to your investor. You buy like pay bill, you put 5 8 and 10. Then you enter your account number, which like Matthew said, sometimes you have to like press somewhere, read and do all those stuff. Then you buy maybe 400 bulb, that is around 4 units. Then when you get that token number, you have to go to the meter and key in those numbers. There's no way you can keep them. You have to go there and key in. So what we're doing is we're not changing that the side of frequency of buying tokens, because they're the sellers of tokens. So you have to buy again from them. But when you get that message, you just forward to your meter. You don't have to go and key in. So you've saved, maybe like you've seen, I've saved my meter's meter. So when you get that house, you have the meter number. Using the app, you can confirm your meter number. So to confirm it, the app, you just open the Bluetooth, it pairs with your meter automatically. So you can see your meter number, then save it. So you just forward like I'm forwarding your text. So it recharges for itself. So
okay, see that now I understand. So it's basically a continuous. As soon as I get the message, you just use that message.
Yeah, you just
it's just a continuous.
And then on the question on the text, the only text you're receiving is the one that to show you that the token limit has been reached. So it's not another text from KPLC, it's a text from your meter. So you can easily distinguish that this is from your meter and this is from KPLC.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. A warm round of applause, please. Martin. Now, I see a little bit of concern from Rehema, because it seems she bought in too many tokens. I don't know whether she wants a refund.
Wow, this is really mind-blowing, and I'm normally really mad at KPLC every day. That's why I'm so happy. So my question is, so this gadget that, let's say, I use a like me. So if I buy it from you, if I move houses, can I move with this gadget since it's networked to my home?
You see, it's just a phone number. It's a meter number can change, just like you can shift contacts.
Yeah.
But since it's if you are renting a house, maybe the landlord will be the one now buying it for you, because if you move, you can't like unplug it. But yeah, if you want to unplug it, you can also unplug it, because it's something you just plug it in and just feed the connectors to it, the wires to it. So the electrician can just take it out. More of I wanted to say a bulb is so simple. Something that you just insert the wires and maybe hide them. Just make sure you start just before the meter. But just the number is just and communication number, telecommunication number. So in the future, we're using embedded SIM cards. So just a number. So like if you change contact, I'll have maybe to save another contact, something like that.
So you can move with the gadget.
Yeah, you can move with it.
Wonderful, excellent. Another warm round of applause to Martin and Fidel. And I know you have lots of questions for them. For the sake of time, we want to go now into the final part of this session. But all these teams will be available to meet with you, to discuss with you immediately after this. So please hang around, have a cup of tea and coffee as you sign up the checks and send them and Pesa and all those wonderful things. Okay? Thank you so much. Now, I would like to thank our Simbas for being so gracious, so eloquent, so clear, so analytical. Please give a warm round of applause to Susan, Michelle, and Malcolm. Asanteni sana. And I hope our people take their seats, please. Back with the audience. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Now, as we tally the results, we're trying to make this as objective as possible so that we get an average score and we see who the winner is. I would like to invite our chief guest to make the keynote address. He is a graduate of York and McGill universities. He has worked for Shell for over 12 years as a corporate planner, economist, commercial advisor, and country manager. It is a pleasure for me to invite Bwana Brian Morioki, the chairman of the Kenya Oil and Gas Association, to address us. Karibu sana.
Wow, what an inspiring moment. I must say, congratulations to the three teams. Really, really a pleasure and honor to see young minds and the innovation that's going on. I just want to make a few comments from what I've seen here today. And the first one is around our business, which is the oil and gas business, and actually the energy business. Innovation is key. And actually, the next differentiator in the oil and gas business, and indeed in the renewable business and the energy business, is technology. That is what is going to differentiate the good from the great. That is what is going to change the companies that will become dinosaurs and those who will innovate for the next century. So when you look at, a lot of people say that oil and gas is on its way out. Renewables are the future. But the reality is, the energy mix will still have oil and gas as a major component over the next 50, 100 years. Whilst the renewables do grow, oil and gas will still be, if you look at the International Energy Agency, we're still talking about half of total global demand for energy coming from hydrocarbons. So we still have a long way to go before we are hydrocarbon free. And actually, when you look at the third world, hydrocarbons will still play a major role over the next 50 years. So for those who are saying the age of oil is over, it's not over yet. But what you do find is all of the oil and gas companies realize that in order not to become dinosaurs, they're making heavy investments in renewables. For Shell, for example, $2 billion over the next 3 years in the renewables business. You find that they're actually investing in East Africa. So in Kenya, Shell has made 3 investments, taking equity positions in 3 companies in the East Africa region. One is called Solar Now, that is providing mini and microgrid solutions, solar PV. They're in Uganda, they're now in Kenya. There's a company that's doing smart metering for mini grids and microgrids. There's a company called Husky that's doing a mixture of bio, energy, and solar. So the future really is having a mix between hydrocarbons and also renewables. The other thing that's happening is the age of easy oil and gas is over. From the start of the 20th century till now, hydrocarbons were easy to find. That's now over. We're finding that it's more difficult to access hydrocarbons. They are in very remote places, very inhospitable places, very cold, very deep under the water, not easy to access. And the differentiator again is technology. Because you can have oil or gas barrels in the ground, but you have to be able to get them out. Otherwise they remain in the water. And I always tell people, you can do all sorts of fancy studies, seismic, magnetic, stratigraphy, but the only way to produce hydrocarbons that they never drilled it. You have to drill. Okay? And what will be the next innovation and the key differentiator will be technology. So when I see some of the innovations that these young guys and girls are doing, it is really, really wonderful. Because that's what's going to differentiate the people who will be able to access those hydrocarbons and those who will not, pure and simple. That's what we mean by technology and by innovation. What we're finding now is a movement towards things like blockchain in oil and gas. 10, 20 years ago, that would have been a pipe dream. But today, blockchain is becoming a reality in our business. And will be one of the key differentiators and other innovative technologies. And this is why you find companies like the ENIs, the ExxonMobils, the Shells, spend a lot more time in places like IHOP, finding innovators and seeing how we can leverage the brilliant ideas that they have and move them into our business. In areas of trading, we have a platform, because mistrust is, where there's money involved, there's mistrust. So in areas like trading, in areas of cooperation between joint venture partners, in areas where you need big data, and you need to look at big data, because our business is about big data, seismic operations, drilling, you need to be able to manipulate that data, to be able to use it for optimizing your operations. And so technology will be the key differentiator. The concept of drilling wells, etc., is trying to improve it. All you're doing is making incremental gains on that. But actually, where the big areas will be is how quickly you innovate, to take things like blockchain, to take things like big data, to be able to track every hydrocarbon molecule from the reservoir all the way to it makes its way into a petrol station for a pump, or into a gas molecule into an LPG container. And then this will be the key differentiator. And you will see that happening over the course of the next few years. Because that's what's going to determine companies that become dinosaurs and those that continue to innovate and we can continue to be successful. Technology. So that being said, I think one of the things that we need to do is, as we talked about when we talk about local content, is capacity. How do we build capacity? Especially in Kenya. And I've always said, for me, it is pretty simple. If there's a Kenyan who has the skills and capability, I will always hire them before someone else, always. Yeah. Because I think that we should put an emphasis on our own people first. And because an expatriate also is expensive. Yeah. So but the reality is that we're in a business that still has the capacity to maim and kill. It's a hazardous business, that's just a fact. And so I am not going to put someone in a job where they don't have proper skills. But the question is chicken and egg, is are we able to train our young people to be able to come into the industry when at the moment we are still very nascent, still very frontier. So we don't have all the placements. Michelle will say, look, I cannot take on 40 graduate engineers just now, I just don't have the capacity. Maybe I'll take 1 or 2 a year. So what happens to all the others? And that is the challenge that we have. We're still growing this industry. It will grow, but we need to be able to get you guys to have the skills and flexibility to be able to be absorbed in many industries. So as this industry grows, you're still able to be pulled back in. Because at the moment, commercially, it's only the Mokicha project that is commercial. Next year, ENI drill a well offshore in Q1, in deep water, 2700 meters water depth, again, technology. It's very deep. But if that well is successful, it opens up the whole offshore. And we now start talking about Kenya, not only from the offshore perspective, but the prospects offshore. And what does that mean? That means there's more opportunities for jobs. Yeah. Auckland are also drilling in town in Kwale, hopefully next year. Again, that opens up another offshore play, if possible. So, for you guys studying in an area, I think you need to put your minds in a mode where it may not be today that you work for someone else. But are you able to get the requisite background skills that will still make you viable when those opportunities open up? But it means flexibility. Yeah? And it means being able to be absorbed in industries. Yeah? For example, you guys are working on borehole wells, people are working on geothermal. The principles are exactly the same. You're not working at Kengen and doing geothermal wells. The only difference is it's steam. It's not hydrocarbons. But the principles are the same. You may case the wells differently, you may cement them differently, but the principles are still the same. And they're still practical and applicable. So please have that flexibility in mind. Because not all of you are going to work at time. That's just a reality, okay, today. But are you setting yourself up to be in a position to work at ENI, to work at Optus, to work at Shell, to work at Zara in the next few years? So that's something to think about, okay? And someone talked about the big four, and this is where I think there will be opportunities, because one of the key enablers for the big four agenda is energy. And you will find that across manufacturing, across affordable housing, across healthcare, one of the big things underpinning it is cheap and affordable energy. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And so there will be opportunities if this agenda is being driven by the president, and pushing this as one of his legacy projects. There will be opportunities to provide energy in that space, and there are opportunities coming from now. So with some of these innovative ideas, yeah, I think it's a prerequisite to try to see how you plug directly into the big four agenda. With those ideas. And that's something that we can have a conversation about. Because I think that's where the opportunity will be. If we're saying we're building 10,000 houses a year for this country, and the president wants to do 100,000 a year, that takes a whole lot of meters. That takes a whole lot of looking at how you make green those housing solutions. Yeah? That takes a whole lot of thinking about how you supply cheaper energy. Yeah? That takes a whole lot of talking about where will the water come from for those 100,000 units a year. And can we improve the efficiency of the water if you through fracking? So you can see how these things tie together. And so what I would like to say is keep the innovations coming, but also be resilient. As madam, like I said, you guys catch on. So I'll tell you, one of the key things about IHAB at the end of the day is resilience. Because it takes a while sometimes to get your idea and to commercialize it. But you need to stick to it. You need to get advice from good people around all aspects, technical and commercial. Yeah, you're going to try and commercialize your idea, because that's what it's all about. It's commercialization. It could be brilliant, but if you can't commercialize your idea, then it just becomes something else that was a nice idea, but was not commercialized. So you just take resilience. But then you've got key people who can help with that. One of the things I see, particularly as mentioned around patenting, you need to protect your idea. So you guys are going to start negotiating people like APLC. Do not go anywhere near them before you protect your idea. Trust me. And then who's going to invest in you also, you need to make sure you protected your idea before you even start talking to other people. Others will run away with the brilliant idea you had. I don't know if it's a story that the person about investor. Where is the guy today who wrote about it? I don't know if it's another myth, whether it's true. I don't even know the guy's name, so okay. Where is he today? I don't know that he protected his idea. And so all I'll say is, I encourage you guys to keep innovating and keep thinking about smarter ways to look at energy and make it more efficient. Because I mean, as Natali said, you cannot create it, you cannot destroy it. It's about what you do with it. So, congratulations. Really energized to see the ideas that are coming out of some of these young ones. And just be resilient and keep going. And I'll end with a little story. I was talking to Michelle before this event about her early careers. She was down in Texas in the field. I started my career offshore in the North Sea. And the way it worked at that time is you're a fresh graduate, you're sent to an offshore platform, and you're being a ship supervisor. So, zero experience, but you're in charge of 20 to 30 people on the platform. Sparkies and which are the electrical guys, maintenance guys, who've been there 20 to 30 years. And you're their boss. Went behind the years graduate. So you got two choices. You can either go in there with humility and say, guys, technically I know you work for me, but I know nothing. I'm here for 3 years and I'm here to learn. Yeah. And absorb as much as you can. Or you can go there thinking you're the boss and have the roughest time of your life. Because A, you won't learn anything. B, will make life as difficult as possible for you. Yeah. And so this is why I say, to be able to look around and be able to find people that you can learn off of is very important. Yeah. You don't have the mentality that I know, because actually you don't. Yeah. There's still so much you can learn off of people. And Michelle will tell you, even some of the young people, you still learn off them. You may think, I've done this for 15 years. I think I pretty much know what I'm doing. But you find some young person who tells you on top of your head, because they're thinking about things you haven't thought about. Yeah. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm already a dinosaur. Yeah. You know, they look at me and say, you're one of the young ones. But as far as I'm concerned, that stage for me is gone. You guys are the guys now coming through, you're innovating ideas. You know, so keep hungry, keep questioning, stay resilient, and always think about how do I commercialize this idea. Because technical people always have a passion for focusing on the technical a lot of the time and getting very excited. Yeah. But the bottom line is, cash is king. Never forget that. And how do I always still think it's going back of my mind about how I commercialize. Yeah? So thanks for that, and I wish you all the best.
Brian, sorry, I'll ask you to stay here just for a moment. And thank you very much for those words of advice. I think they apply not just to the innovators, but to everybody here, correct? Yeah, so asante sana, and certainly you're no dinosaur. I think you, according to the Kenyan landscape, you are still youth. Yeah. and we need you around for many, many years, and we appreciate the contributions you've made. So we would like now to award the prize to the winner. We do have a winner, and I would like Brian to have the honor of handing first the certificates. I'll invite Kate, please, to present the certificates to Brian, and then we'll invite the winners. But we will start from the first winner from last. Does that make sense? So we'll start with the third place person. So the third place team for today's second Energy for I is Brian and Brian from Gas to Green. Karibuni. Very good. Thank you. Another warm round of applause for Gas to Green. And then we have the second place team, the runners-up, Vintrak, Vincent and Ian. Karibuni. Good job, guys. Thank you, guys. Please have a seat. And then I would now like to invite the Simbas to join us here, please. Michelle, Susan, Marco, together with Brian, to award the certificate and a seed capital check to the winners of the second Energy for I Boresha Meter, Martin and Fidel. A warm round of applause. They'll receive their certificates first. Please receive your certificates. Well done. And then the Energy for High team, with support from the Kenya Oil and Gas Association, has put together 50,000 seats with the center. Right here in the center. Please give them another warm round of applause. Thank you. Another warm round of applause. And before we let our singers and chief guests go, we have a small token gift for them that will be handed over by Kate. Thank you so much for your time and your counsel. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, you may have your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I now hand over to Kate for the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Wow, what a day it's been. A round of applause for our innovators, our singers, our chief guests, and for all of us. A huge round of applause once more. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you. It's been, I think I speak for almost all of us today, it's been a day of where we are really impressed. Are we not? Yes. We're impressed by the innovativeness, the thought, the resilience that you have, and we're inspired as well. Where that inspiration, now my challenge to you is, let us turn, taking words of our chief guest, let us turn that inspiration into pathways to help these innovators develop and commercialize and really make your innovations a reality, because each and every one of them is absolutely fantastic. And to you, I say thank you and congratulations. A round of applause for our innovators. I'd like to also thank our development and support partners. Thank you very much for sticking with us through this journey. This platform, like I said, is a sister platform of the Mining for I platform, and we do see the value in promoting innovation in the energy sector. Oil, gas mining, electric, water, and all the other avenues of energy. So to you, I say thank you for working our journey with us. There's still a lot more to be done, and together I think partnership, we will really get somewhere far. So to our partners and development and supportive partners, I say asante sana. Just to mention, Brian, I picked up on your basic challenge that they should not approach anyone before they participate. Protect them. And I'd like to just make a special mention of the Center for Intellectual Property that we work with. Strathmore is another partner that we have, and we work together to secure these innovations, to make sure that it is not just a show and tell show. It is actually something that we can give to you, and you can move forward with that protection, and of course with the support of our partners. So again, special thank you to Sigrid. I would like to give a very, very huge thank you to our sponsor for the Energy for I, the Kenya Oil and Gas Association. I would like just all of us, if we could give them one round of applause. We will keep clapping today. Today's a day of clapping. A huge round of applause for the Kenya Oil and Gas Association. We thank you asante for working with us again, and as I've always said, Hazibado. Let us do this thing. Let us take the risk. Let us really push these innovations further. And I guess if you were like me, like us, we're quite impressed. I mean, as a starting point, one of the quotes that I said, this is the starting point. As a starting point, I think we're very far off ahead. Finally, I would like to thank, almost finally, all the participants today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking a risk on some of the innovations to listen, and we will be following up. This is not the end. We'll be following up for pledges of just finance, as well as technical support and partnership to even grow their ideas and to grow the platform as a whole. So to all the participants today and invited guests, I say Asante Sana. Last but not least, I would like to thank the team for the Extractives Baraza. If they could please stand. The team from the Strathmore Extractives Industry Center and Kipia Africa Limited. If they could just stand. This is a team, this is a money team, I can say. This is a golden team that has really made this forum, as well as other forums, work. Their tireless efforts towards making this forum, giving the innovators the support and kind of like the guidance that they need, as well as just coming up with a whole platform and forum and really pushing it forward is really on them. To you, I say thank you, Natena Kazibado. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this year's Energy for I. Like I said, we will be following up. So when you get our phone calls, please answer. When you hear us knocking on your door and you know it's coming, okay, please answer and let us make this thing a reality. Asante Sana, kindly welcome to refreshment. So please stay around and mingle and speak to the innovators as well. Very good.
Okay, let's say as we go. Now, remember this I'll go.